World Cup 2014 in Brazil. This is SJ Radio.
So we're like to be getting 5 minutes late, but let's go through a quick update on Colombia VS Greece. Synchronous in play. Colombia just scored us a second ago, so it was 1-0. Colombia 1, Greece 0. We'll give it to him now.
And Greece, well, if they had intentions of parking the bus, they're going to have to start the engine and move it forward a little bit now. Holebas. Katsouranis. Bit of space here for Torosides. And he was looking for Salpingidis. And Yepes swiftly across.
I think it's the thing that many neutrals wanted, that Colombia early goal, because it's going to force Greece out now. We all know about how well organised defensively the Greeks are, but this is certainly now they're going to have to come out and get themselves back in this game.
Well, it wasn't the greatest of goals, but it is the perfect start for Colombia, and Pablo Armero endured a largely frustrating season, loaned ultimately by Napoli to West Ham in the Premier League. He's played all of their qualifying games, and via a deflection it was his shot that ended up in the back of the net. Suniga. Aguilar. Here's Hammers. Free kick. Fouled by Panayotis Kone.
Well, certainly James Rodriguez, he's the one that really makes Colombia tick. The guys in the studio prior to the match talking about him having a huge influence on this Colombian side. You see, whenever the Colombians get the head up from defence, look forward, try to get it into James every opportunity.
Jose Peckerman, the coach there, bags of experience. He was in charge of his native Argentina in Germany 8 years ago, took them to the quarter-finals where they ultimately lost to the hosts. Cuadrado. That's off Samaras. Goes through, Gutierrez a little bit loose, unable to be picked up by Zapata or Sanchez. Greece now surging forward. Samaras wants it and gets it. Gekas waits on the edge of the penalty area. Katsouranis. It's a chase that Kone is prepared to make. Collected here by Maniatis, but James Rodriguez back for Colombia, and he's won the throw-in as well. A little bit of treatment here for Colombia's star player, and Fernando Santos been in charge of Greece since the last World Cup, took them to the last 8 at the Euros a couple of years ago before they lost 4-2 to Germany in an entertaining quarter-final. They've got a free kick here as well for that challenge.
Yeah, it's good backtracking from Victor Ibarbo. He did everything right, but just heavy challenge.
Yeah, Torosides having his legs taken away. It was Torosides who scored the winner 4 years ago as they beat Nigeria 2-1. Rodriguez back on the field for Colombia. Here comes the spray. Kone and Holebas, the two players nearest the ball for Greece. It's Holebas who's going to strike it, and the Colombian wall does its job. Papastathopoulos. Viekas, Zuniga in there, and it'll be Colombia's ball.
That's the problem when they're hitting those diagonal balls. That one from Papastathopoulos. As soon as Samaras vacates the left-hand side and comes inside, they're losing that aerial threat from those diagonal balls.
Peckerman's done a good job actually since taking over. They made a lacklustre start to the qualifying campaign. He didn't change the personnel very much, but he did change the emphasis by realising that the team's strengths lay in the attack, allowing the players to express themselves, but reminding them of the importance of the team. There was a lot of talk of that, certainly even yesterday in the pre-match press conferences, of unity and how they need to remain disciplined as well and play as a team, which in the past hasn't always been the case.
Well, that's the thing as well. Certainly when you lose your key player in Falcao as well, you've got to be reliant on the rest of the team, as it were, to come in and fill his shoes. And they've got so much pace and so much talent, so many attacking options. You look at the strength from the bench as well for Colombia. So whoever he plays, Peckerman, you're more or less going to be guaranteed goals out of this side.
Torresidis, he's a squad player these days for Roma. Maicon has kept him out of the team in the past season. Still retained his place in the Greek starting 11. Teofilo Gutierrez of River Plate losing out this time. Manolas. Very deep there, Kostas Katsouranis, right on the edge of his own penalty area.
Well, every time the two centre-halves split, Katsouranis is dropping very deep, almost as a third centre-half at times.
Papastathopoulos. He's had an excellent season, Papastathopoulos, with Borussia Dortmund. Now Katsouranis finds Maniatis. Salpingidis will chase, and Yepes is there first. And he will have the free kick.
Yeah, good cover there from Yepes. Dealt with it really well, you can see. Clear boot in the face, but I think that overall Colombian defence have looked comfortable. There's been no real threat going in behind them, so certainly the attacking allness at the moment is coming from the Colombians.
It's out of Torresidis. There have been question marks about the pace of Yepes and the Colombian defence. They did have the best defensive record in qualifying in South America. Conceding just 13 goals in the 16 matches they've played, but it's up front they need to find something that works to replace Falcao. Romero. This is Sanchez. Disciplined holding midfield player. Romero looks to deliver in towards Cuadrado. Samaras back with Zuniga at his heels. Real determination there. Zuniga wins the duel. Flag up for offside.
Yeah, excellent there from Zuniga. Just out-muscled Samaras, trying to get the foul off the assistant referee and on the side, but wasn't buying it. It was good play by the full-back.
There was that initial play as the ball was pushed forward towards Gutierrez, just offside, and an incident with Cuadrado stumbling in the penalty area. Katsouranis with the header. Sanchez. Katsouranis once again, such an experienced player. But it's with Cuadrado now. Really exciting talent. Sort of player who'll get the crowd onto the edge of their seats. Ibarbo combining with Gutierrez. Manolas across. Well, he had to get that right inside the penalty area.
That was excellent play, it really was. Again, James Rodriguez looking for that forward pass. Good play initially from Cuadrado coming in off the right hand side. Lovely little 1-2.
There's Gutierrez. Cuadrado trying his luck on the far side now, having started on the right. James with the shot. And Orestis Karnezis right behind the ball.
The Greeks are really struggling to cope with the pace and movement. Certainly the Colombian front four at the moment.
They are a really tough side to beat though. Only 5 defeats in 44 matches under Santos in the last 4 years.
Yeah, excellent record. Again, but the game is built on a solid base, difficult to break down. Concede very little space behind, but certainly the start of this game with the movement and then attacking options for the Colombians are causing problems.
Katsouranis. It's Maniatis. One of those who played against Manchester United in the last 16 of the Champions League for Olympiacos. Another good season for them. Kone, Holebas, Samaras. And what's the return from Papastathopoulos? Instead tries to pick out Gekas. Torresidis will chase, and the ball had already gone out.
There's just no movement up front for him at all there. Gekas and Kone all, certainly with Samaras well, all stood in the line. There was no options for him, no one coming off that front line to give him an option to pass.
Well, when they're behind in a match, I mean, creativity is the problem for Greece, isn't it? That's going to be the most difficult thing for them. They just lack that little bit of spark and flair to go with their resilience. Cuadrado. Zuniga finding Sanchez. Armero on the far side. Ibarbo heading away down the left wing. Takes Maniatis with him. Armero does love to get forward there. It was him who was surging into the penalty area.
And you see the pace from Ibarbo. Good movement from him, and of course the overlapping run there from Amaro. You see his pace getting forward from left back, so they have so many options going forward, Colombia.
He certainly forced his way in at the last minute, Victor Ibarbo. He wasn't used in the qualifiers at all. Himself on the score sheet in a friendly against Belgium last November. Kept to Carlos Bacca of Sevilla and Jackson Martinez of Porto on the bench today. Those two scored 50 goals between them this past season. Kone. 20 minutes in. The early strike from Pablo Armero via a deflection still separates the two sides. James Rodriguez now. Kone. Holebas. Here's Katsouranis winning his 112th cap today. A veteran from that European Championship winning team. of 2004 in Portugal, turns 35 next week. Gekas, Maniatis, Papastathopoulos. Looking for Samaras. Siniga making rather a hash of that. Cuadrado will try and help him out, but Samaras just too big and strong. Away by Zapata. Gutierrez there giving Manolas all he can handle. Katsourannis. Kone. Greece looking for the creative spark and they can't find it at the moment.
No, it is very easy. The way that Colombia have set up, certainly the back, the two centre halves, Zapata and Yepes, very easy for them. No real movement or pace going in behind them. Everything being played in front of them at the moment, so they're very comfortable. Just seeing that goal again. Manolas should have done a lot better really with it. Just seemed to stick a leg out really, didn't he, Sam? He just didn't really have any conviction in his clearance.
Torresidis there with the throw for Greece. We're at the midway point of the first half, and David Ospina hasn't really had anything to do in the Colombian goal so far, and Serpingidis unable to get to it there. Ospina, a much more conventional goalkeeper than René Higuita days gone by. He had the scorpion kick famously at Wembley all those years ago, but Ospina not a risk taker.
Yeah, I remember Higuita at Italian 90 getting dispossessed of Roger Miller. Took Colombia out of the tournament that year.
Here come Greece again with Franis Gekas, not for long. Aguilar, Cuadrado looking for James, not finding him. Katsourannis in there. Deflection off Aguilar, falling kindly there for Gekas. Samaras got a space in the centre for Maniatis. Torresidis well forward on the far side of the penalty area as well. Olivas held up by Juan Cuadrado. Papastathopoulos. Attempted turn by Vasilis Torresidis, not coming off, and Victor Ibarbo will try and fill the gap that he's left on that far side, and Serpingidis can't get hold of him. Gutierrez tries to get free, and in front Ibarbo held up there. Really good defending from Kostas Manolas.
Yeah, Manolas excellent there, he really was. We've seen that pace again from Ibarbo. Just blowing the Greeks away, but excellent defending.
And again it's easy for Ospina in the Colombia goal. Don't forget, England's opening match against Italy in Manaus is live on BBC One tonight. We're on air at 10:20. The kick-off at 11 o'clock this evening. England against Italy. BBC One. It's 31 degrees in Manaus at the moment, by the way, I'm reliably informed.
Yeah, all the best.
Cooler here by several degrees, around about 24. And perfect conditions for this opening match in Group C.
Well, it is wonderful conditions, it is. It's not obviously not humid like it is up in Manaus, but it's excellent for certainly conditions to play in.
Ibarbo tangling but losing possession, and Samaras there was dropped by Carlos Sanchez. That's going to be the first card of the match, and the man nicknamed The Rock gets a yellow card from our referee Mark Geiger from New Jersey.
Well,
that's why
Sanchez knows exactly what he's doing. Samaras is away. Good incisive run from Samaras there. Just come along and chopped him over. Great run.
Nearly joined Bolton a couple of years ago. Carlos Sanchez couldn't agree personal terms. He's with Elche now in Spain. Might need to tread a little carefully for the remainder of this match. Yanis Maniatis. Tovasidis. Greece haven't really been able to test that central defensive pairing at the back for Colombia at all yet. Yepes and Christian Zapata. Samaras. Foul by Zuniga.
It's so difficult for the Greek midfield to get the ball into Yekas up front, and certainly Sanchez and Aguiar just sitting just in front of him at the moment. They're discouraging any sort of forward pass into him. It's very easy for the Colombians just to allow the Greeks to go wide. There's no real threat with any balls coming into the box and to deal with.
Yekas was largely marginalised in the qualifiers due to the emergence of Kostas Mitroglou, but he's back in pole position now with Mitroglou not really sharp after that lengthy injury. In by Holebas, and the header wide of the goal. It was Torasidis who'd come up.
Well, it's a decent ball in, isn't it? That's the threat that the Greeks do carry as well, getting forward, well organised. Come off his shoulder actually, didn't really get hold of the header.
A rare opportunity for the Greek fans to get off their seats in the match so far. Too much to shout about at the World Cup finals over the years, that win over Nigeria in South Africa, but they've lost 5 of the 6 games they've played at the World Cup finals over the years before today.
Yeah, and there's a reluctance within the camp to talk themselves up too much. I think they are confident internally, but they just don't want to give off that impression. We've talked before, so much attacking talent in this side.
Well, the bookies make Greece the weakest team in the group, and on paper that may be so, but it's a position they're used to being in.
Exactly, and again we spoke about earlier on how difficult they are to break down, and that's the strength.
Torasidis with the ball in there to Fanis Yekas. Went for that little back heel, it was Sapingidis racing through. Romero with time to clear. Teofilo Gutierrez will chase. Brings the game back for Greece.
When the ball does get played into Gekas up front, he's got to hold it up better. Can't be giving it away cheaply.
Salpingidis, little deflection. Panayotis Kone. Not close to threatening David Ospina's goal this time.
Difficult one for Kone there to control and get on target, going away from goal.
But he's certainly a player who is more than capable of scoring spectacular goals. We've seen that from him already in his career. There's Gutierrez, who has got an injury which will require a little bit of treatment, the referee telling him to go off. So Colombia momentarily down to 10 men here. Here it is once again. Just took a little whack from Manolas, and he is sitting in front of the dugout receiving treatment. Meanwhile, here's Cuadrado looking for James, surrounded straight away. Aguilar looks in vain at the referee, and away come Greece with Maniatis and now Vasilis Torasidis. Kone and Gekas in the box. Samaras up against Zuniga. There's a deflection, carrying it into the arms of Ospina.
He'll be key. Samaras, he's the one, the real talent, the spark from this Greek side.
It's been a while since he scored for the national team, though. He hasn't found the back of the net for them since the quarter-finals of the Euros a couple of years ago. 16 matches without a goal for Greece now. Winning his 75th cap today. Polybas for the running of Panagiotis Kone. Zapata, the AC Milan man, swiftly across.
He's coming into the game a little bit more now, Greece. Much better.
Papastathopoulos into Katsourakis. It was Ibarbo who won the ball back, and now Yepes of all people surging forward. James Rodriguez. Yepes suddenly is popped up as a centre forward. Cuadrado. Aguilar. Romero, who scored the goal that separates the two sides. And Cuadrado trying his luck from some way out.
Yeah, it was a great run out from Yepes at the back there, finding James Rodriguez on the left-hand side. Greece actually did well to get the bodies back quickly, nullify the attack.
That's the best effort from Greece so far. Torresidis not getting hold of it properly, but that was the incident that caused the injury, the eyebrow injury to Gutierrez, the Colombian striker, who's waiting to come back on and currently arguing with the officials who are a little slow to release it. Katsourakis. Socrates Papastathopoulos. Back in the team after a recent injury. Yanis Maniatis now. Oh, Armero let it run, and he might pay for it, but he's lucky that the ball deflects off him and goes behind for a corner, and he's quick to get the crowd going as well behind the goal.
He got lucky there, Romero. I think he's actually speaking to the assistant referee, trying to say it was offside.
And it's the first corner of the game, and we've played for 34 minutes now. Kone of Bologna will take it a little too quickly for the referee's liking, who's just got something to sort out between Torresidis and Gutierrez. There we go, and it's away off the head of Gutierrez, and Cuadrado almost stumbles there, but he's done well. Bags of time for Papastathopoulos.
It's a good little battle that. Polybas, the left back for Greece, and Cuadrado.
He's had a really good season, Cuadrado, hasn't he, for Fiorentina?
He has. Excellent season.
Lots of talk of a big money move.
Yeah, heavily linked with Barcelona at the moment, isn't he?
Salpingidis. Maniatis. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Have Greece got the craft and the guile to bring themselves back into it before the break? Salpingidis. Swept away by Mario Yepes. Play there by Sanchez. And it's fallen potentially kindly here for Gutierrez, but he hasn't quite got the legs to get there ahead of Manolas.
Yeah, he's got great pace, Manolas, you see there. Gutierrez tried to outrun him, but did well.
Torresidis, Sanchez, Ibarbo. Now Rodriguez looks for Gutierrez. will be Colombia's ball.
Great ball from James again. Gutierrez pulling off the shoulder of Papadopoulos.
9 minutes to half time, Colombia's first corner of the game. Back inside the box for Greece. Yepes and Zapata forward for Colombia from the back. Headed away terribly convincingly by Holebas. Back in from Ibarbo and volleyed over the top by James Rodriguez.
Holebas, the full-back there, totally lost with that ball played in from Ibarbo. Didn't have his shoulders open, he didn't see James Rodriguez coming in behind him. It's a chance, just couldn't find the target.
Certainly be a difference maker. James Rodriguez created more chances than anyone else in South America in the qualifying campaign. Had a good first season with Monaco in Ligue 1. He actually seemed to play better when he was more of a central figure once Falcao was injured. Papadopoulos. Holebas. Here's Kone, away from Zuniga. And Greece will have a corner.
That's what Kone needs to try and do as well. He's got to try and get beyond Gekas up front. Just can't be sitting, he's dropping very, very deep at times to get on the ball, and that's when you would want Kusaranis to get on the ball.
Away by Yepes, back in by Salpingidis, thumped clear by Aguilar. Beniotis corner. Aguilar tracking back and stretching and missing. Didn't quite fall for Fanis Gekas.
Just been coming into the game in the last 5 or 10 minutes, Kone. More and more influence on the Greeks' attacks.
Comes from Holebas, away by Yepes. Maniatis, and flag up on the far side. Colombia's free kick. As the stadium begins to shake, thanks to all the Colombian fans there. They're really enjoying their Saturday afternoon out so far. Little touch from Gutierrez. Gets it back, he was looking there for Victor Ibarbo in the centre. Cuadrado. No free kick given by the referee Geiger there. Here's Zuniga. Cuadrado. Lovely flick. And Zuniga was looking for a free kick there, which is what the referee's telling him.
Well, he's looking for the perfect goal there, Gutierrez. He's just got to take the shot on himself. It opened up for him. Again, good movement, good pace. Good incisive passing from the Colombians when they do get into the final third.
Zuniga with the throw. This is Victor Ibarbo. And it's corner to Colombia. Holebas felt that he was fouled. He's all arms and legs, isn't he, Ibarbo?
Yeah, again, good pace, 6'2", comes in off the left-hand side as well, he's caused problems. Olivat's got to be careful of throwing the ball at the assistant.
And Colombia mixing it up here, trying something different with this corner. James Rodriguez. It was Yepes, but he was having to stretch for it. Aguilar. He was the player who replaced Etienne Capoue when he went to Tottenham last summer at Toulouse in France. Aguilar. Good passer of the ball, but not always the paciest or the most mobile.
And he's doing a good job as well. Just, again, spoke before, just sitting in front of the back four, discouraging any sort of forward passes from the Greeks when they step into midfield.
Nice touch there from Maniatis. That goes up straight away against Vanis Gekas. Gekas just hasn't had anything to work with at all in this first half, has he?
No, he hasn't. Everything's been forced wide. The Colombians have defended quite narrow. Difficult for the Greeks to get the ball into his feet, but I think that's largely just down to the role of Sanchez and Aguilar in front of him.
You can see he was offside there as the ball was played forward. Yepes. Got 3 separate suspensions during the qualifiers, the Colombian captain. For 7 yellow cards in 12 matches played. Here he is. Suniga with the ball forward. Agarbo's flick. Cuadrado! Gutierrez underneath it. Doesn't fall for Ibarbo again. Last couple of minutes of the first half. Torres, now Manolas. High and hopeful in the general direction of Salpinguidis. Good time for James Rodriguez. Victor Ibarbo. Interception by Katsouranis. Salpinguidis. Romero holding him up. Decent play here by Greece. Not much room to manoeuvre. And still coming forward here with Vanis Gekas. Doesn't fall for Samaras. Kone brings the save from Ospina.
Much better, it really was. Good incisive run from Gekas, getting forward, getting inside. Good cover it was from Sanchez, though, getting back for that. But once it's forward to Kone, decent strike. See what he's trying to do, just bend it into that top corner. Comfortable save, it really was. Looked great though, didn't it?
Greece trying to build up a head of steam here with half-time very much on the horizon. All hands on deck for Colombia. 1 minute of added time. What a scuff there from James Rodriguez. So finally, David Ospina required to make a save.
Yeah, it was a decent effort.
It's the first goal, first effort on target from Greece in the match.
That's the key for Greece, really, to get forward. It's to get the ball into Gekas' feet, and they've got to get support around him.
Colombia look a team who've certainly got more possibilities, don't they, when they're moving forward?
Yeah, they do. Certainly with Ibarbo coming in off the left-hand side and the real raw pace from Cuadrado down the right-hand side.
Suniga. Lay off there by Rodriguez. And there goes the half-time whistle. And Colombia, having made an excellent start, scoring in the 6th minute of the game through that man there, Pablo Armero, latterly of West Ham in the second half of the current season. The shot deflecting in of Manolas, the Greek defender, and it has proved to be the difference between the two sides as they head in at half-time. Ospina with little to do in the Colombian goal, just making that save from Panayotis Kone shortly before the break. First half, reaction and analysis coming right up, but in Belo Horizonte at half-time, it's Colombia 1, Greece 0. The atmosphere at fever pitch with so many Colombian fans inside the stadium, and the first match in Group C is underway. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, it's crept in! What a start for Colombia, and we've only been playing for 5 minutes. A united side who've made a wonderful start.
Yes, another openly refreshing half of football, really. And this tournament's very colourful, added to by that amazing sea of yellow in the stand, wasn't it? The Colombians are enjoying themselves, Juninho.
They enjoy. You could see by they dancing. Almeida is very famous here in Brazil by his dancing. Well, Colombia starts very well. The fullbacks likes to go forward to give options to the front line. And then after they score the goal, they step back and give some space to Greece to play. It can be dangerous for the second half.
It's been an intriguing first half, hasn't it?
Well, we got what we wanted. We got Colombia to get the first goal, so that's made a game of it, and it means that Greece have got to come out now and try and get something out of the game. They've got plenty of possession, but no penetration at the minute, although they've had some decent chances.
Hey, Clarence, I mean, this World Cup, it seems to me to be the antithesis of the one 4 years ago, when it was
Absolutely.
a lot of fear, negativity. This has been open, refreshingly positive start, hasn't it?
We did well in criticizing that 4 years ago,
Yeah,
so they listened to us. Yeah, I mean, they're all going for the win, and that makes it all much more exciting. I think that also for Greece, they have qualities. They have. But it's very good that they scored so early. As we said, Colombia has great players up front, and they're creating a lot of important chances.
And Clarence, I think that in Greece's last in their 3 World Cups, they've conceded a goal in the first 7 minutes of all 3 games that they've played, which is not really the way to start, is it?
No, I think that's a story beside everything. But Greece didn't came out as they wanted to really defend all that low. But looking here at this game of the play of Cuadrado has a lot of skills. He gave the space. He went into space. The ball here where we have Cuadrado ready to go, ready to move. Look at the strikers. Look at the space behind the left back, which he's going to use. This has been doing this the whole season with Fiorentina. The 2 strikers actually positioned very well. One is coming a little bit towards the ball, and the other one could receive also the ball directly and go for the goal. It then went to him. Cuadrado made a run. As we said, a lot of individual skills, and then the presence in the box of the 2 strikers, first post, second post, and then the left back, another midfielder coming in, and the left back finishing. A great attack. So this is Colombia. A lot of attacking players. This has to be hard to see as a goalkeeper, the ball going in that slowly, but
fabulous celebration.
Yeah, the celebration is fantastic.
Take some beating this one, I think. Brilliant.
For a team that prides themselves on the defensive, record, their line there was terrible, and the centre half's trying to play offside, gets it all wrong, and then they get in behind them.
Yeah. And Colombia playing, they like to push people forward, which is great to see.
Yeah, if for example, when Colombian players has the ball, they always sink forward. Is good for them. They always sink forward, so that makes the game quicker.
What about? The Greeks kept them. To be fair, they came back and had their chances, haven't they? They haven't had that precision in the finishing yet.
No, straight after the Colombian goal, they get this chance and Salmas on the overlap. They're getting plenty of people in the box. This is where you want Samaras in these positions. Good pullback. We get a break here. Gekas against Samaras should get there first. He doesn't, but it breaks to Kone. Nice side foot shot, but comfortable save for the goalkeeper. But they're still in the game. You know, at 1-0, they're always in the game.
Well, if anything, Colombia look slightly weak defensively, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I wouldn't say Greece are the most creative team, but they have had 3 or 4 very good chances. And when you get attacking fullbacks going forward, and you lose the ball in transition, there's always spaces to exploit.
What have you made of the Greek team so far, Juninho?
Sorry?
The Greek team, what have you made of the way they've played in the first half?
I think it's a little bit slow. There's no vertical balls. I think they need to risk a little bit more to play ball forward. Sometimes when it's too slow, like Neil said, it's easy to mark. The Colombian players are quick, so they go back quickly as a back four. So Greece needs to play faster than they did.
And Clarence, I know you've had a real look at Colombia's tactics in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's what Juninho's saying about Greece being slow, especially after this fast goal, of course. Well, here we have the position game of Colombia. Always somebody free, always somebody making a run. First touches, quality play, and they have the players for it in front. Cuadrado always giving an option. Either he comes in the ball, either he goes in the space, and then they take their position over. So Cuadrado leaves his position on the right. You will see another Colombian player taking that position. Here again, Cuadrado getting the ball again, always trying to, as Juninho said before, trying to make a run up front, trying to look for the goal, trying to create something, and that always worries a defender when somebody's looking forward. And look how many Greece players are there, but they have been forced to stand there. I haven't really seen Greece coming in the game wanting to sit back. Here again, first touch, running players. He should have tried, to shoot at goal, but it was not a bad idea to pass it. And again, Cuadrado, pushing forward, making pressure. It's good to see.
Cuadrado's really spooked the left back, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he doesn't know whether to go with him or to drop off, and he's got him on toast at the minute.
Doesn't know whether to stick or twist.
Exactly.
Well, it's now just over 5 hours to kick off in Manaus and counting. We can go back to the Arena Amazonia and join Dan, who's with our man behind the mic tonight, Guy Mowbray.
Welcome back to the Amazon, everybody. You don't often get to say that, do you? We've given Danny Murphy and Philip Neville a little bit of a lie down in a darkened room. We've got Guy Mowbray, our England commentator on the BBC, who hopefully will be calling more than 3 games in this tournament. But you were the man who was calling England against Italy in the Euros 2 years ago. In the build-up to this, Roy Hodgson, Steven Gerrard and the other players who were involved in that have been asked a lot of questions about the psychological scars of that game. To your mind, are they still there? Are they still concerned about what happened 2 years ago?
I don't think so. I don't think footballers think like that. We do. We dig out all the stats and the history, but when it comes to playing the next game, I don't think they look back and think about things in any great detail like that. Of course, tactics will be prepared in accordance with how Pirlo dictated the game and how England couldn't get anywhere near the ball, but less than half the team that played that day will be playing in this one, and they didn't lose the game. I know they got a right roll battering in the great context of it all, but they didn't lose the game, and England haven't lost a competitive international since 4-1 against Germany in Bloemfontein. 22 games unbeaten. Italy, on the other hand, 7 games without a win. That is mainly friendlies, but they've drawn 6, they've lost 1. They're not on great form. They have a problem with Buffon being out. They have an inexperienced defence. I don't want to
Stop it,
I know.
People will be getting carried away.
I'm just saying it's not Italy to be feared. I think it's a very even contest.
During the World Cup so far, the referee has been a central figure in some of the games. What do you know about the gentleman who will be taking control of tonight's game?
That again is something the players will have been relieved at, although not totally bothered about, because they'll take one glance. Bjorn Kuipers of the Netherlands is a very experienced referee. He's a referee whose style they'll be familiar with. He was the top man for the Champions League final, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. He let that flow. That could have sparked that game. There was a lot of tension there, but he let that flow. He handled it really well, and I'm hopeful. You can't say you've got no doubts, but I'm hopeful that we won't notice him too much.
OK, well, Guy will be calling the game tonight with Philip Neville, and Guy's World Cup seat is going to be up there in the main stand in the blue bits, where all the press will be sitting this evening. And during the World Cup, we're asking you to get involved to show us where you will be watching the World Cup games, England games and all the other games as well. Use the hashtag on Twitter and Facebook, MyWorldCupSeat. On my way to Rio, this was my little World Cup seat in one of the airports in Rio, watching Brazil's opening game. Quite a few missed their flights after that one, I think. We want you to keep sending them through as well. Don't forget that hashtag MyWorldCupSeat, just like this act hall.
I'm Tom Burke from the Musketeers. I support England, and this is my World Cup seat. His name is Roger. He supports Uruguay.
We've already had loads of pictures sent in showing all of you getting into the England spirit before tonight's game. This is Benjamin Knight. He's assembled an impressive man cave. Don't tell the missus, he says. Sorry, Ben. I believe the secret may well be out. Dean Allen might be standing, but those look like 3 perfect World Cup seats there in front of him. Well done to Dean, and poor old Diane Ward, whose seat has been sabotaged by Hal the cat. And finally, our man Rio has been out in Rio before the match tonight, and he had a pretty good view too.
What a beautiful city, having the time of my life. The next time you see me in a seat, I'll be in the studio with Gary and the boys. Take care.
Great stuff. Favourite there, Roger, and he supports Uruguay. Great stuff. England's women footballers have been in action today. They won by 3-0 in Belarus to stay top of the group. Scoring for England, Eni Aluko, Steph Houghton and Lucy Bronze, and they remain on course for next year's World Cup. They've won all 7 qualifiers now without conceding a goal. Imagine if England do that in their next 7 games. The second half of Colombia versus Greece coming up shortly, but first a reminder that there are plenty of ways to enjoy our coverage over the next 5 weeks.
Behold! Who are we going to phone? We are not. You can share in all the excitement of the World Cup thanks to the BBC. But we're going there. Watch the evening games at home and join the conversation, here or here. Also ideal for catching those late night games live in bed. How did it become a tablet? Dunno. Catch the late afternoon games on the go. Listen on Radio 5 Live. How do you do that with phone, tablet, that thing? Are you working for the BBC? What? No.
Yep, second half coming up shortly. Janino, I suppose what we'll see now is that the longer the game goes, the more Greece have to take chances.
I think so, and then the game gets open and give you opportunity to Colombia to counter-attack. So that's what we expect.
And as for Colombia, sometimes when you're leading in these games, and especially a first match, there can be an element of caution which can create problems in itself.
Subconsciously, you tend to go deeper at 1-0, and then that invites the pressure on from the opposition. I'd like to see maybe Mitroglou come on now, and because Gakas looked a wee bit isolated, and they need a goal, Greece, so they've got to be positive in their thinking.
Colombia, more of the same, you expect?
Yeah, I think they will start the same. I think the coach will definitely ask them to start as they start his first half, and then maybe after a while sit back, waiting, counter-attack with the fast strikers they have.
But they look to me like a team that likes to go forward, so I think we can perhaps expect more of the same.
Absolutely.
Okay. We can hand back now to Stadio Mineirão as they're about to kick off in the second half, and they're not about to kick off because clearly they're still in the tunnel, and but we can still rejoin Kevin Kilban and Simon Bulletin because they're certainly ready.
Thanks, Gary. Welcome back, everyone. Colombia's players gathering there, as you can see, ahead of the second half. Greece, their opponents, a side who don't concede goals easily, although they did concede early today. But in many respects, they're similar to the team that played under Otto Rehhagel for all those years. They're very, very tough to break down. But Fernando Santos, the current coach, has tried to give them a more attacking edge, hasn't he, Kevin? And they are going to need it in this second half. But 1-0, still very much in the game. What do you think that Santos will have been suggesting to his players during the half-time break?
Well, you heard Neil Lennon suggesting there at half-time, saying about trying to get the ball into Gekas. He struggled really. They might need to bring someone like Matroglu on to try and give him a different option going forward. But I think overall they're not causing any problems for the Colombians behind the back line, behind the defence, and that's what they need to try to do. Try and get bodies in support of Gekas and get beyond the defence.
And you've been impressed by Abel Aguilar and Carlos Sanchez, the two holding midfield players in the centre for Colombia.
Yeah, I think they've done an excellent job in discouraging any sort of forward passes into Gekas up front, and that's been the key, I think, for Colombia. That's been the platform they can build off when they go forward, allowing the front four of Cuadrado, James Rodriguez, Ibarbo and Gutierrez to get forward and really cause problems for the Greek defence.
Well, as the teams come out looking at them, no changes made by either manager at half-time. There's the man who's been accredited with the goal that separates the two sides, Pablo Armero. Big crowd in here in Belo Horizonte for this one, 57,174. The stadium hosting 6 matches at this World Cup, including England-Costa Rica and one of the semi-finals. Greek support dotted amid a sea of yellow.
Yeah, it's incredible support for the Colombians, you would imagine, here in South America, but certainly making a lot of noise here.
And our referee, Mark Geiger, from the United States, gets us underway. He took charge of the Under-20 World Cup final 3 years ago, won by Brazil over Portugal. He was also one of the officials at the Olympic Games in London a couple of summers ago. Have Greece got the creativity and the conviction to really take the game to Colombia, who do look threatening when they break forward? Sanchez, Zuniga, just caught there by Hugo Samaras.
Yeah, Zuniga always looks to get forward, good pace on the outside of Samaras.
He's got real attacking quality, hasn't he, Zuniga? Loves to push forward at every opportunity. Only just making it to the World Cup, having missed so much time in the past season with a knee injury.
When you have two holding midfielders like Sanchez and Aguilar as well, it allows the fullbacks to get forward because you know you've always got cover.
As if he's going to be okay, and Sanchez is giving it away. Yepes, rather hurried from Pablo Armero. Won by Kone, ahead of Aguilar. Samaras waits for some support. Might take it all the way here. Down he goes. No penalty, says the referee. He was well placed there behind the play.
I think he's signalling there to the referee. He actually did say no penalty, but it was great feet from Samaras. Good run, good incisive run, beat 2 or 3 players. He did dive. See, they're clearly signalling to the referee no penalty.
Kick nearly finding Kostas Katsouranis. Now Panayotis Kone is full of running. Zapata's got the better of him here. Aguilar and Yepes. Gutierrez coming a little bit deeper. It's he who feeds it to Cuadrado and then gets his skates on into the penalty area. It was aimed towards Gutierrez, but away by Papastathopoulos. Kone finding Samaras. Fonis Gekas waits in the centre. Maniatis as well is surging forward here, and Samaras tries to pick him out, but it was Yepes who stretches to clear the ball. Salpingidis. Ospina saw it all the way.
He had options, didn't he, as well, Salpagidis. Good run on the outside from Torresidis there. He should have really been looking to pick him out. Better option for the cross.
Ibarbo. Colombia free kick. Bit of space here for Sanchez. Romero. I mentioned before, this is the best team Colombia has had since the Valderrama, Asprilla, Higuita days. Are we going to see more from them in the second half? From the likes of Rodriguez. One in the air by Sanchez.
There's a comfortable save for Carneses there, but good run. Rodriguez just picking the ball up, decent enough strike. Comfortable save.
Sanchez with the header. Maniatis now for Greece. Played by Yepes.
I'm sure we're getting to the stage now, Simon, where Fernando Santos, the Greek coach.
There's Radamel Falcao, who's here with his teammates, and the crowd in the stadium reacting to seeing him on the big screen as well. Invited to spend a couple of days with the team around this match.
Yeah, huge miss for them, isn't he?
Be a huge miss for anyone. And as Torresidis delivers that one in. A fair old rate of knots as well.
A lot of pace on the cross. Too close to Spina in goal, but again, heavily reliant on the likes of Torresidis to get forward. Difficult for them to get behind the Colombian backline in that first half especially.
Gutierrez, and then Rodriguez, seeing a bit more of the ball at the start of this second half. Romero, beaten by Torresidis. Salpingidis. Katsourakis. Here's Kone. Holebas. Samaras looking for the run of Kone. Nicely away by Ospina, and Victor Ibarbo now. Try and get things moving. Cuadrado. A slip there in the centre by Manolas. Gutierrez was away from him for a moment, had the ball gone his way.
Yeah, it was a good challenge actually, was from Katsourakis there, cutting that through ball out.
Rodriguez looking to pull a few strings here for Colombia in the middle of the pitch. Oh, and Ibarbo upended there. And it's going to be the second card of the game. And it goes to Socrates Papastathopoulos, who was actually sent off in the opening match of Euro 2012. Rather harshly sent off that day, not so harshly booked today.
Yeah, heavy challenge, tackle from behind as well. Mark Geiger, the USA official, only deemed it a yellow card, but a heavy challenge there from Papastathopoulos.
And not a bad spot from Colombia's point of view to get a free kick.
Yeah, you would imagine Rodriguez on this with his ability.
Geiger finally happy, the wall is back far enough. And there's Rodriguez, a picture of concentration. The ball does its job. Shot coming in from Cuadrado, but no threat whatsoever.
Yeah, it was a big wall for James Rodriguez to get the ball up and down from there, but the wall did its job.
We'll see a change shortly for Greece. The first of the match. And it's Yanis Fetfatsidis who's going to come on in the next minute or two. Meantime, Greece are pushing forward here. Salpingidis, Zapata across. They shepherd the ball out of play.
Yeah, Fernando Santos, he needs something, he needs some injection into this Greek side. Very much lacklustre in the first half, provided very little at the start of the second half as well.
Well, Fetfatsidis is a skillful and pacey player. He's mainly used as an impact substitute by both his club and the national team. We'll be looking for him to make an impact here. He's just finished his first season in Italy with Genoa. Final instructions being issued on the touchline. Greece seeing plenty of the ball. Torosidis trying to get away from Ibabo. Armero just loves to come forward at every opportunity, and he was fouled there by Salpingidis, and he'll be booked.
Yeah, Armero had the space to go into, fully exploited, good run from him from left back. Driving inside.
Just caught Armero there around the back of the calf.
Yeah, just as he was about to release the pass.
Second Greek player to go into the American referee's book in the second half. Rodriguez with the kick. And a diving header from Victor Ibabo. In the end, very comfortable for Karnezis.
It's a great ball, really good ball to the far post.
Space here for Panayotis Kone. Torosidis. Kone trying to get things moving. He was looking for the run of Salpingidis. Rodriguez now. Ball in from Ibabo. Is getting stuck in and conceding the free kick for his challenge on Socrates Papastafopoulos.
Just doesn't have the pace, does he? Almez Rodriguez, he's very, very talented on the ball. Good defending though from Papastafopoulos.
Monaco paid a lot of money for him, didn't they, last summer? Over 37 million as Salpingidis goes off. And his replacement is Yanis Fetfatsidis of Genoa. Form was pretty good for him at the end of the season. He got a couple of goals in the last 8 matches in the Serie A against the 2 Rome sides, one each against Lazio and Roma. And they'll be looking for a little creativity and trickery from him.
Yeah, there's a change needed to be made. Need to bring someone on with certainly a different attacking option.
Colombia though, Ibabo, Cuadrado. Challenged by Samaras. He's conceded a free kick here, taken quickly by Cuadrado. Referee happy to let it go and just got stuck between James Rodriguez's feet for a moment. But it will be Colombia who have the corner. And the near post, Gutierrez with the touch. Aguilar flicked it on, and Teofilo Gutierrez makes it 2. And 99% of the crowd in Belo Horizonte absolutely loved that.
Well, it actually wasn't a great ball from Rodriguez. Under hit. Great movement across the near post from Aguilar. Of course, Gutierrez right on the spot. Simple finish from him. It was more the movement of Aguilar that made the goal though. Fell so nicely for Gutierrez.
Great moment for the River Plate striker, because he'll be feeling the pressure. It's he who is leading the attack in the absence of Radamel Falcao. It's he who's been chosen above Bacca and above Martinez, who scored a hatful of goals this season.
Yeah, and he had a decent goal-scoring record in qualification as well. Of course, heavily influential with Radamel Falcao scoring most of the goals, but his movement, his work rate creates a space for Falcao. He's got his rewards though for that great goal.
Well, it looks a long road back here for Greece, and it might get worse yet. Victor Ibarbo, Quadrado, just a couple of steps behind the ball as it disappears out of play over on the far side of the field. Holebas now for Greece. And the crowd in a celebratory mood here. We still have just over half an hour to go. Can Greece fight back in this match? Samaras, Torresidis. Torresidis, he nearly found Samaras there, who tried to cut in front of Suniga.
Yeah, good ball from Torresidis, good movement from Samaras again. Just looking for a little bit more from Gekas up front. Very, very static in his movement.
Kostas Katsouranis, so experienced, trying to get things moving once more for Greece. A foul committed by Abel Aguilar. Katsouranis with the free kick. The substitute, Petkoutsidis now. Here he is. Up against Carlos Sanchez. Torresidis. Now Petkoutsidis, and Yepes quickly across. And the deflection is adjudged to have come off the Greek player. It will be a goal kick to Colombia.
It certainly looked a foul, didn't it? Good feet from Petkoutsidis. Again, he's just throwing himself over. I've seen it in the first few World Cup games. Players going over very easily.
Yepes won't like it much if players like Petkoutsidis start running at him though.
Yeah, he's got ability. You need to get him on the ball, but it's just very static when the Greeks get the ball in midfield. There's no real movement. Pass is very slow, and the Colombians can just get themselves back in an organised formation.
Just inside the last half an hour of this match here in Belo Horizonte. Samaras. Fouled by Quadrado. Control there by the fullback, Holebas. Hasn't always been a fullback, used to play further forward, so he loves to attack whenever possible, but he'll take the throw in this time as Greece prepare to make another change, and Kostas Mitroglou, I think, will be coming on in the next couple of minutes here as they try to do something about the situation they're in. 2 goals down. Samaras challenged. Holebas has done well. And it will be a throw into Greece. Final words of instruction from the coach, Fernando Santos. Panagiotis Kone. It's Torresidis coming in at the far post. Oh, and it's off the bar. Gekas so close to bringing Greece back into the game at 2-1, and now are they going to get caught at the other end? It's James Rodriguez for Colombia. Still Rodriguez. And in the end there was time for Greece to just thump the ball out of play. So close to getting a goal back there.
Well, that just sums up Gekas' day, doesn't it? Brilliant chance for him. How did he miss? How on earth did he miss?
He has to score there. And Farnis Gekas hasn't been able to reduce that deficit, and it is the last touch of the ball that he will have today. And he'll have plenty of time to sit on the bench and reflect on it now, because Gekas off and Kostas Mitroglou of Fulham on. He was their top scorer in qualifying. As Fulham fans of course will know, he's had that knee problem which has kept him out for most of the second half of the season. Kept him out of the starting lineup, but I think fully fit and match fit and sharp, he definitely would be the man to lead the line up front.
Yeah, that's been the problem for the coach, Fernando Costas. He's just not wanting to risk him, perhaps feels as though he's not quite right. But this is a good opportunity for him. Just spare a thought for Gekas going off there with that miss, last kick of the game.
Good kick for the challenge on Torresidis. From Greece now with Yanis Maniatis. No foul by Pablo Armero. Aguilar. Oh, look at the space here for Rodriguez. Zuniga. Here's Rodriguez. And Armero pushing forward once again. But it's Fetfatsidis, the substitute, who's back to help out, and bags of room here for Katsouranis. Colombia preparing to make a double substitution. More of that in a moment. Greece trying to find a goal that would at least give them a foothold in the match.
They've just got to be quicker on the counter as well. It's very slow when they pass through the lines, poor from them.
And it comes from Torresidis again. It was he who put in the delivery for Gekas a few moments ago. Doesn't bounce for Samaras. And away by Armero. Jackson Martinez, by the way, one of the substitutes preparing to come on, and Alex Mejia as well. Rodriguez now looking for Cuadrado. It was Holebas who stepped in and thumped it out of play for a corner. Strong words being spoken among some of the Greek defenders at the moment. There we are, there's Jackson Martinez, who scored 20 goals in 30 matches in the league for Porto this season. And some instructions from Jose Peckerman to Victor Ibabo during the break in play. Back with the game now, Gutierrez. Rodriguez trying to find an opening. It's going to be Colombia's throw. Almost halfway through the second half now. Rodriguez, the judge still committed a foul right under the referee's nose. Maniatis. Holebas. Goes down quickly by Cuadrado. Greece playing South American opposition for the third time at the World Cup finals. Beaten by Argentina in the other two, and they've got an awful lot to do here in what remains of this game, the final quarter of this match. And here comes the first of those changes, Alex Mejia, a defensive midfield player who's going to come on and replace Abel Aguilar. Mejia, the only domestically based player with Atletico Nacional, and this is his 9th cap. All 9 have come off the bench. Jackson Martinez will have to wait a little longer. Mitroglou offside.
Just went too early there, Mitroglou. Good defensive organisation there. You see Yepes, captain at the far side.
He's aimed towards Teofilo Gutierrez, the scorer of the second goal. Bit of space now for Juan Cuadrado. Ibarbo. More central at the moment, with Rodriguez having moved out to the left-hand side. Romero. That's a chance now for Pepatzidis to take on Sanchez. Into Mitroglou. Kone. Here now Pepatzidis. Looking for that opportunity around the Colombian penalty area. Samaras laying it back, and the shot deflected wide.
It's better though from Samaras, providing that forward option. Decent ball played into him, good touch.
Here it is once again. It was Yepes who came out to try and make the block.
Again though, they've got bodies round the ball. Difficult for the Greeks to playing around them.
20 minutes to go. It'd be interesting if Greece could get a goal now. Way off the captain's head, Yepes towards Cuadrado. Vegas a little too strong for Cuadrado. Whipped in there towards Kostas Mitroglou, but decisively punched away by Ospina. Maniatis. Bit more business-like now, Greece. Cuadrado finds Gutierrez, and Rodriguez is in an acre of space in the centre. He was also offside for a good portion of that play there, but just managed to move back in time. Ibarbo. Rodriguez. Romero, scorer of the first goal. Zapata. Zuniga, and the first touch from Mejia. Colombia comfortable in possession. Rodriguez there just turning into the challenge of Yanis Maniatis.
There's so much more threat though from Colombia on the turnover. Immediately when they get the ball, see when it goes into Rodriguez. Gets his head up, looks forward.
Zuniga happy to take his time. Victor Ibarbo into a little bit of space. He'll keep it in as well. I think Rodriguez wanted it played rather more quickly. Colombia happy to take their time. Cuadrado, Sanchez. Timely slip by Juan Cuadrado, and now Mitroglou.
That's a poor ball, isn't it?
There's too much for Kone to do to get to the ball.
Again though, there's only Samaras going beyond Mitroglou. No support for him at all. They need to get themselves a goal to get them back in the game. There's no forward-thinking players from that midfield.
It's that effort from Mitroglou which strikes the hand of Yepes.
Yeah, very close to him though, wasn't it? He's coming out to block the shot. Difficult one for the referee to call there. I don't think it was outside the box, I think, anyway, but it's a difficult one.
Jackson Martinez, by the way, who was fully stripped and ready to come on a few minutes ago, has put his bid back on, and Santiago Arias is going to come on instead. And Pablo Almero, who gave them such a fast start with that early goal, here it is again, is replaced and predictably gets a standing ovation from the largely Colombian crowd. So Pablo Almero off, and Santiago Arias on to replace him, right back with PSV. Normally made his international debut in the final qualifying game, and he kept his place for the friendlies last autumn when Zuniga was injured. Played really well up against Eden Hazard when they faced Belgium in a friendly at the back end of last year. He's filling in at left back at the moment. Greece look more purposeful. Katsouranis. Miatis, who just bouncing in the air off Torresidis, away by Victor Ibarbo. And Cuadrado with an awful lot of empty green space in front of him, which he will absolutely love. And he's going to test the legs of the defence here, but he just pushed it too far.
As you said, there are plenty of space for him to run into. Just overhit it. It was a poor touch from him.
And here's Samaras once again. Just heading in towards the last 15 minutes of the match. Gutierrez, score of the second goal. Rodriguez tries to turn creator, and Cuadrado won't get there, and it will be a goal kick.
He didn't actually need to clip it there, he had a simple pass on.
And now Jackson Martinez does get an opportunity, and Teofilo Gutierrez, who scored the second goal here from close range after 58 minutes, is replaced for the final quarter of an hour.
Yeah, that's one that Gary Lineker could have been proud of that. Predator in the 6-yard box.
And Jackson Martinez, who scored 29 goals in 51 matches in all competitions in the past season, makes his World Cup bow. Done by Maniatis. Bit of stretch for Yepes. Greece will have a throw. Morris with a touch. Rodriguez. Ibarbo. Nice play. Flowing football from Colombia. Arias waits, and then decides that he has an opportunity to test Carneses.
Yeah, you could see what Arias wanted to do, always looking to get onto his right foot. Good movement on his left from James Rodriguez.
Don't forget, England's opening match against Italy in Manaus is live on BBC One tonight. We're on air at 10:20. The match itself kicks off at 11 o'clock. And here in Belo Horizonte, the clock's ticking a little bit here for Greece as they prepare to make another change. Yorgos Karagounis is going to come on. Full midfielder, now leaving the club following their relegation. Away comes Rodriguez, trying to get clear of Maniatis, down under pressure. And here comes the change now with Panayotis Kone, the man to be replaced. But Karagounis has been around the block a few times, hasn't he? The captain for so many years, record appearance holder, winning his 136th cap today. He will finally retire from international duty at the end of the World Cup. This is his 5th major international tournament.
Yeah, an incredible career, it really has.
Here's Mitroglou. Holebas. 4 blue shirts to aim at in the centre, but Cuadrado's head gets in the way. And it'll be Colombia's throw, the ball going out of Katsourannis. What do you think about the impact of Ibarbo today, Kevin, having been chosen ahead of Bakker or Martinez perhaps up front, or to be involved in the attacking play for Colombia?
Yeah, I think he's played well. He's started on the left-hand side, coming in off the left-hand side in support for Gutierrez for the majority of the game. I think he's caused problems. He's got a lot of pace, he's got a lot of talent. Certainly a eye-catching player.
By Papastafopoulos. Free kick for the challenge on Karagounis by Martinez. Most of Karagounis' appearances these days do come off the bench. He's not really a 90-minute man these days, but he's still an integral part of the Greek setup, an influential part. Papastafopoulos. Nowhere to go, looked a little bit exasperated. Here's Karagounis. Samaras looking for Torresidis, he was challenged by Zuniga.
Again, it's got to be Samaras that provides the spark, the forward-thinking pass. They need to get him on the ball because it's very comfortable. Colombian back four just getting themselves organised and set up. So it's a good ball from Samaras. But he's the only one. He's the only one that's really looking to create something.
Ibarbo. Mejia. Mario Yepes.
Colombia, they're just killing the game.
Yeah, tidy, comfortable passing, a challenge coming in on Martinez. If Greece could just sneak a goal, might set us up for a grandstand finish, but few signs of it at this moment in time. Here's James Rodriguez. Really the creator-in-chief, Cuadrado, away from Samaras with Zuniga, just takes the pace out of the game. Rodriguez, a touchback from Martinez, a little heavy.
I think he should have just tried to make that stick there, Jackson Martinez. He had runners around him.
Torresidis. A short one inside. Karagounis. find a way through. Torresides falls kindly for him, but Zuniga did just enough. Samaras tries to place it and can't quite find the bottom corner.
Well, it's a really good run from Torresides initially as well. Come back to Samaras on the edge of the box. See what he's trying to do, just to try to bend it in that far corner away to the goalkeeper's right. Unlucky. I think he had it covered though, Espina, didn't he?
Well, certainly, even at the start of play, weren't favoured to get out of the group, Greece, and obviously it's going to get that much more difficult for them now, but particularly when you think they have to play Japan and Ivory Coast.
Yeah, and I think there's no comfortable games, of course, at the World Cup, but I think it has been comfortable for Colombia here. I really do think that, certainly from a defensive point of view.
Rodriguez, Colombia. Looking to put the icing on the cake from this opening match with the third goal, but Torresides is it for Greece. Kostas Mitroglou. Colombia soon have possession again. Cuadrado. Support from Martinez, who found himself rapidly surrounded.
Yeah, he's very isolated there. Martinez, he did well to buy the foul.
A free kick conceded by Karagounis. And Victor Ibarbo, the man who's going to take it. Sanchez has done a good job shielding the defence today.
Yeah, I think he's been excellent. I think he's done a great job.
And the Colombian fans who, well, their team have got less than 5 minutes to see this one out. Already turning into a celebratory mode.
And you see, if the Colombians gather momentum with the crowd behind them, there's some team to stop.
Colombia's throw, and Rodriguez into space. Manolas able to collect it. And now Jose Holebas. Samaras making tracks far side. Mejia saw him all the way. And Mejia has really just picked up where Aguilar left off.
Yeah, he has played well. There's been very little going in behind him as well, so I think he has found it easy, certainly playing alongside Sanchez.
Into the last 3 minutes of the 90. The play by Samaras, still going. Finally, by sheer weight of numbers, Colombia are able to get it off him, and Ibarbo now. Nobody on the near side. Sanchez. This is Jackson Martinez. And Cuadrado will look to test Holebas now. Trickery from Cuadrado. Possession from Colombia. Zuniga. Oh, he's away from Karagounis. Zuniga. Martinez. Couldn't quite find a very frustrated Cuadrado.
Yeah, well, Zuniga was looking for the 1-2. Once he took the touch, Martinez then trying to find Cuadrado on the right-hand side, but poor execution of the pass. That's what you get from Martinez, when I've seen him so often. You know, he gives the ball away cheaply at times, but he can score goals.
Kostas Mitroglou now for Greece. Final whistle very much on the horizon. Just over a minute remaining of the 90 plus any added time. Here's Arias, and now Rodriguez. He's got time, he's got space. He's got Martinez in the box if he needs him. And Greece, just as they have done in all but one of the matches they've ever played in the World Cup finals, are going to lose this one. And it will be 6 defeats from 7 all time in the World Cup, and 6 matches from 7 in which they've failed to score, unless
strong side.
Kalnesis quick to launch this one. Holebas, tired legs. Waits for Samaras on the overlap. Choglu now, Katsuranis, stretched by Karagounis, 3 minutes of added time. Martinez back and he gets a deflection as well.
Yeah, it's a poor ball, isn't it? High, loopy cross, easy for the defence to deal with, really.
What have you made of Colombia today? Of course, lots of talk going into the tournament. You know, maybe a year ago they were one of the fancied sides outside the really big teams to do well, but of course the Falcao injury changed things. They've had other injuries to players who are perhaps not so well known, but are, you know, also very important. How do you feel they've looked today in this opening match?
Well, I think the top two will probably come from them or the Ivory Coast, I feel, but judging them on today's performance, they've been comfortable, they've looked solid at the back, and going forward they've got a lot of pace and a lot of power. So once they get out of the group, it'll be, again before, back to my point, it'll be difficult to stop them with the pace and power they've got, because they're so unorthodox at times, difficult to play against.
And they've got bags of support here as well. Last knockings of the match. David Ospina will take this, and hasn't had too much to do really in this game. Although Greece will rue that missed chance during the second half when Gekas rattled the crossbar with a free header from close range.
Yeah, it was a terrible miss, wasn't it? Should have scored, open goal really for him. Had one save in the first half to make, but other than that, he had very little to do, as you say.
Forward by Katsuranis, Torresides. Can't bring it under control, and we're almost finished here in Belo Horizonte. Christian Zapata now. Much time for one last attack from Colombia. Zuniga on the ground. Colombia free kick. Cuadrado. Always eager to burst forward. Every bit of pace from him. Cuadrado. Rodriguez! 3-0! Completes the job. 3 goals, 3 points. Impressive start for Colombia.
Well, it's a quickly taken free kick. Zuniga, hand on the ball, quickly played into Cuadrado. Great run from him forward. And a wonderful finish at the end of it. Really good incisive run from Cuadrado on that right hand side. Pulled back there, good finish, really good finish from him into the far corner.
Well, they used to call Carlos Valderrama the kid. Rodriguez is nicknamed the new kid, and he's just scored on the biggest stage of all, the World Cup.
Yeah, there's a little nutmegs as well in off the back of that as well, but as soon as James Rodriguez gets it out of his feet on that left foot of his, puts it beyond the goalkeeper. We were talking before about them being a threat. Going forward, they've been a threat. They've looked really clinical when they have got into positions as well today. Strong Colombian side, difficult to stop in this World Cup.
It rounds off a Successful sun-drenched afternoon in Belo Horizonte for Colombia. Virtually the last kick of the match. And we've had more than our 3 minutes now. Just seconds remaining. And Greece well beaten in this opening game. Colombia bookending the match nicely with an early goal from Pablo Armero and a very late one from James Rodriguez. Teofilo Gutierrez also on target just before the hour mark. A comfortable win for Jose Peckerman's team. The final score in Belo Horizonte, Colombia 3, Greece 0.
Let the carnival begin. A joyous start for the Colombians and their colourful supporters. A vibrant yellow mass will be celebrating this victory, you suspect, long into the night. Eclipsing even, I think, perhaps the support for the host nation. Great scenes, great. Japan play the Ivory Coast, of course, in the other first round of matches. That's all three South American teams have won so far, Juninho.
Yeah, that's a good start. Good start. Always forward with forward mentality, and Colombia did. That in the whole game. We have an example about the third goal, and the ball was down, and then Cuadrado wants to play quick. And that's why the goal was do it. So it's good. Colombia they cope with all the expectation, and then I think they played well.
Which is always the key. You've got to cope with that expectation. And in the end, 3 goals. Clarence, they'll be delighted.
Yeah, none of us got it right though.
Close. We had a 2-0 and a 3-1.
But a lot of goals again. Colombia gave us exactly what we expected from them in the front. A lot of creativity, a lot of movement, unpredictable play. A lot of times they scored another second fast goal, which of course gave them all the possibility to play the game they wanted and to wait their moments.
Great celebration.
I mean, this is what we want to see. This is what the World Cup is about.
The second goal, Neil, it was shambles defensive.
Yeah, I mean, Samaras is zonal. He can't let anyone get across him, get a touch on it. That's his area. He's got to go on it. It's not even a good, delivery. Guy gets across, gets in between the goalkeeper and defender, and it's a tap. And that's a poor challenge from Sammy. And he should know better. He should really clear that. And Greece shot themselves in the foot today. That makes it 2-0, and then they get a great chance when Gekis misses the header. That would have made it probably 1-1 each, but this is the third goal last minute. They play with a joy, they play with a freedom. Spectacular football last minute of the game. It's a great finish. Nutmegs, back heel, a lot of flair in this team, and a lot of pace as well, and they're going to cause teams problems.
Great finish though.
Beautiful finish.
Good finish from Rodriguez, who calls himself James. That's how we quite like that.
Jimmy in Scotland.
Jimmy. See you. But we talked about Rodriguez pre-match, and he lived up to expectations, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. It was wonderful to watch. Always with great. Also defending. I mean, what I've seen of the Colombian team, they have really defended as a team.
Gekas, how did he miss this header, Janine?
Yeah, it's a point of the game that you can miss.
It's 2-0, that makes it 2-1. It changes the whole psychology of the game.
Absolutely.
You know, and then right in the game again. But what a miss! I'd have scored.
I mean, he's your man, and you.
I mean, he
responsibility did you feel to make sure that your team was calm before you went out for that first game?
Well, that's the most important thing. Your experience comes into things because you can sense the excitement and a little bit of nerves with the inexperienced guys, and it's your job and the coach's and the manager's job just to try and settle things down and have a little bit of calm in the dressing room. Because you've sat down, you've watched the opening games, you've all sat as a group and watched the games, and now the time is to deliver. The talking stopped, now you've got to go and perform.
And one final thing, we talk about not losing your opening group game, but you don't go out just for a point, do you?
No, you don't, but you go out there to make sure that you get points on the ball. If you can win it, by all means you go out there and take it by the scruff of the neck, but I think you need to get points on the board, especially in the group that we're in. It's a sticky group. And we've got to make sure that we're going to the game against Uruguay still with something we have to play for.
Worried about his head. Should we go?
Is it 50 you got on? Come on, let's. George Vernon.
The World Cup 2014 in Brazil. This is SJ Radio.
Game 5 is now gone and dusted and is over and done. What? The first couple of games, I forget, Uruguay versus Costa Rica, 8 o'clock kickoff, keeping you up to date. The first of the group D's, and there's a big match tonight, 10:30. Starting off. United England Spurs, England versus Italy today. Kickoff is at 11 o'clock. We'll be live through here on Australia from 10:30. So Colombia 3, Greece 0. What is that all about, eh? We'll be back in just under 15 minutes time to kick off those races against Uruguay versus Costa Rica. Any kick off will be here and about 10 to for that World Cup song. See you later, guys.
The World Cup 2014 in Brazil. This is SJ Radio.